Hi everyone, this is Kristen, and if you're looking for a different kind of waterproof case for your iPhone 6s Plus or iPhone 6 Plus, you should definitely consider the HitCase Shield. This is an aluminum case that is waterproof, and HitCase claims it's the world's thinnest waterproof case for iPhone 6s Plus and iPhone 6 Plus. It has a transparent back to show off your beautiful iPhone, and audio quality and screen sensitivity are very good. It also features 6 feet of drop protection and can be submerged for up to 6 feet, so it should provide excellent protection for your iPhone. In a world of bulky waterproof cases that are often not very pleasant to use, the HitCase Shield really stands out because of its svelte design and because of its use of an aluminum frame. This is just a really nice, very classy looking case, and it's very, very pleasant to use. I have to say I'm really quite impressed with the usability of this case. One thing that's particularly nice about it is how easy it is to get on and off your phone. So what we have here is an aluminum frame here on the bottom. You obviously have a plastic back. You have a screen protector on the front, and the screen protector has a rubber surround on it that is able to be simply peeled off of the metal body. So in order to take this out, you just put your finger here in this slot and start peeling back. You can see the rubber gasket here will slowly peel back from the case. You're not breaking your fingers taking this off. It's really quite easy. Just generally a really, really nice product. It is similarly easy to get on as well. So you just peel this off. One other nice thing is that according to the manufacturer, this screen protector section is something that is replaceable, although I did not see any replacements available for sale on their website. So maybe that's something that is still yet to come. Looking at the construction of the back of the HitCase Shield, you can see we have a machined aluminum surround here. We have our rubber covers for the lightning port and for your headphone jack. And then there is a surprisingly thin plastic bit here on the back. I have to say that I expected this clear plastic on the back to be quite a bit thicker. I'm not sure that it really needs to be any thicker, but it seems surprisingly thin to me. I think that this is one way that they cut weight, certainly. I also noticed that, interestingly, when you have your phone in there, there is a significant gap between this plastic on the back and your actual phone. And I suspect this air gap is actually giving it more protection. So maybe this is exactly as thin as this needs to be. But as you can tell, this is a really, really lightweight plastic on the back. Putting your phone in is very easy, much easier than getting it out. All you need to do is just put it into place here, press it in, then take your lovely little screen protector bit here on the top and line it up, and then begin pressing the gasket down all the way around. Now you got to be careful about doing this. Make sure that you don't leave any gaps, because if you leave any gaps, then obviously water can get in. But I have to say, in the waterproof test, this thing performed absolutely flawlessly. There was absolutely no problem whatsoever, so I guess that they are really doing it right. This is not the first waterproof case that HitCase has come up with. It's just the slimmest. They have various other rather beefy waterproof cases available on their website. However, they are only available for the iPhone 6 and 6s, and I think there's one for the 5 as well, not for the Plus model, so I've never actually reviewed those. And there you go, all installed. So if you need to access your port openings, you just take these port covers off or open. Notice that the lightning port opening is extremely small. This is really only going to fit the Apple OEM lightning cable and anything else that is exactly the same size. All of my third-party lightning cables failed on this. The headphone jack opening is similarly small. However, this does come with an extension cable. So if your headphones don't fit, you can certainly use the extension cable, and I'm sure that they will fit just fine. Looking at the fit of it, going around the side here, you can see we've got the machined aluminum here on the bottom and the rubber gasket bit on the top. Volume up and down buttons are metal and work flawlessly. Power button is also metal, works really well, but I am not a big fan of the mute switch. It's quite hard to use this wheel. It does work, but it's really, really hard to actually operate it. So going around to the top, quite featureless, but obviously covered as you'd expect. And as I said, power button is metal and very, very responsive. Works really, really well. Far as the camera, everything works just great. As far as the flash, don't have any issues. Of course, you're going to have to make sure to keep the opening here over your camera to be perfectly clean, because otherwise your photos are not going to come out very well. Love the look of the clear back on here. It looks very, very nice. I do think that this is probably going to scratch given this type of material. I haven't tried to scratch it, don't want to try to scratch it, but it's a very shiny type of plastic, and it's definitely the kind of plastic that tends to scratch in my experience. Audio quality is always a concern with waterproof cases, and while the incoming call quality using the HitCase Shield is very good and playing music is absolutely fine, as are movies, I did get a few complaints from people that I called that my voice sounded a bit muffled on the other end. So I guess it depends on how selfish you are. I mean, if you're really just mostly concerned about yourself, then you're not going to be so worried that other people can't hear you so clearly. The calls will sound fine for you. It's certainly not to the state where people are saying, what? They can hear you, you just don't sound quite as good, at least in my experience with this case. So I think that outgoing call quality issues are relatively minor, but overall, in comparison with other waterproof cases that I have tested, I'm really quite pleased with the audio quality of the HitCase Shield. In terms of usability, I'm really pretty impressed with the screen protector. Touch ID works extremely well, no issues there. No problems with swiping up, swiping down. It's all very good. There are no issues with 3D touch. That is all very good. And clarity is excellent. Now, it's a plastic screen protector. It's going to get smeary, but there's not a whole lot you can do about that. In terms of texting and typing, everything is very good. There is a little tiny bit of an air gap, so you do hear a slight hollowness. I don't notice that it's causing any problems with texting or accuracy, but the hollowness, that little bit of a sound, bothers me a little bit, but overall I think it works really quite well. There is a tiny bit of rainbowing that tends to set in once you've had the case on for a while. When you first put the case on, there's no rainbowing, but then it creeps in. So that's really pretty common with this type of case, and it's definitely an issue with other cases such as the LifeProof Free. So overall, nice case, really thin and light, doesn't feel like a waterproof case. Everything went really well with its waterproof testing, so I just have to say I'm really quite impressed with what HitCase has come out with here. The HitCase Shield for iPhone 6s Plus and iPhone 6 Plus retails for $89.99. The version for the 6 and 6s is $10 less. This comes in two colors, black and space gray. The one for the 6 and the 6S comes in two additional colors of gold and rose gold. Unfortunately, the larger phone misses out on those. Many thanks to HitCase for sending me out this sample to review. If you have any questions about the HitCase Shield, please feel free to put them in the comments below, and I will do my best to address them. And if you are interested in subscribing to my channel, please consider it. I do try to put out 2 to 3 videos a week on iPhone 6s Plus, iPhone SE, and iPad Air 2, cases, screen protectors, and other interesting accessories, and I'd love to have your support. Again, this is Kristen, and this is the HitCase Shield for iPhone 6s Plus and iPhone 6 Plus. Have a fantastic day.